Whoa, welcome in there. So Wednesday, December the 21st, 1988, just a handful of days before ho-ho-ho time, as you do know. Yes, indeed, today is Stupid Topic. What's the matter in there? You're real? I don't know if I'm going to take you to breakfast if you don't have the Christmas spirit. Riverdale on top, why don't you, pour some in a plastic cup and leave it behind for cereal? Why don't you have the Christmas spirit, Michael? Open your damn microphone.
I just don't have it yet.
Well, why not? Good grief. Anyway, nonetheless, I'm going to have, jeez, old Scrooge in there. Whoa! You made obscene gestures at me? And you expect me to take you to breakfast?
You want callers to make Stupid Topic day work?
Are you now threatening me that I have to take you to breakfast, or else you're
Blueberry syrup tomorrow morning. Bob Evans.
Shall we?
Nebraska, south of Fowler.
Nebraska and Fowler. I have chosen that one because that's where Gardner will be in the morning. Perhaps they will pick up the tab for me, and I won't have to pay for yours.
All right, I'll cooperate.
But in any event, between 7 and 7:30?
You got a deal. Sounds good.
We will be there, you and I, between 7 and 7:30 at Bob Evans, Nebraska and Fowler tomorrow morning, eating breakfast. And, of course, I'm not buying anybody else's, but, if you're in the neighborhood, you could stop by and watch me eat. I think it would be very exciting to come by and watch me eat. I have one of the dining room is mirrored, and that's the one that I sit facing.
I would encourage people to bring video cams in, run film of Lassiter eating.
Ooh, that would make
that would be something you'd want to pass on to your
that would make a great Christmas prep. And you want to come in and tape Lassiter eating breakfast. There's still time to do that, and even get copies made in case you wanted to give multiple copies of it to your friends for Christmas. That would be fantastic. That's really a great idea, Michael. Fantastic idea. Well, that's just dynamite. 10.5 minutes after the hour of 12 noon, as I said, it is all over the radio. Stupid Topics. Now there is a problem. You see, there are 3 talk radio stations in this market. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Well, I guess that's really a matter of opinion, but we're being charitable. It's very close to Christmas. So there are 3 talk radio stations in this market. And, well, actually, there are 4 if you want to count that little one up around Newport Richie or wherever it is. The one that almost beat out the one that Shorty Abramowitz runs. In any event, they're nice people. They don't really count into this. They listen and enjoy it when we mention them. But it's WPSO, by the way. How do I phrase this? The other 3 stations, people who work at those 3 stations have all gone begging and pleading to their various different managers, saying, please, make Lassiter stop talking about me. Oh, please, I don't want to. Oh, this is awful. At all 3 stations. I'm not kidding you. Which is astonishing. Just absolutely astonishing. So I can't mention any of the people involved so far in Stupid Topic Day, although I will also be taking part in Stupid Topic Day. But on one of the stations, one of the hosts was talking about Santa Claus and whether or not Santa Claus should be white or black. Because somebody had filed some type of a discrimination suit because he wasn't hired as Santa Claus. And this particular host was saying, well, oh dear, it's Santa Claus has always been depicted in books and movies as a white man. How would it be if Santa Claus were other than white? He's always been white. Oh dear. And besides, how would you feel if there was a film made and a white man played Martin Luther King? Well, I wanted to call him up and tell him that one of the guys is real and the other guy is whatever you want him to be. But I'm not going to get it. Hey, I'm not going to become the next Lionel, a guy with his own talk show that calls other talk shows. No, not me. On another station, a talk show host who I can't mention was talking with Fancy Nancy Donnellan, who was employed at this talk show host's station, and he was saying things like, well, in this day and age, Nancy, if the bridge fell down again, and when my picture comes out, how do you feel about Vinny Testaverde? And it was just great. Fancy Nancy Donnellan there as a guest on that show. That was a Stupid Topic. And on another station, there was a talk show host just going on and on and on about how awful it was that a well-known black baseball player gave some money and was part of a publicity picture in the newspaper this morning. I guess it never dawned on this talk show host that it was probably the hospital that put the pictures in the paper. Since you see, that's they're the ones with the PR department, and that kind of encourages other people with a lot of money who would like to be in the paper to give money to the hospital, and they were the ones who would probably call the paper. But in the tradition of Stupid Topic Day, we will either discuss one of three things. Okay, we will. It's basically an open show, as I had said. It's an open week actually. But there are three areas in which I would like to concentrate, and if that doesn't suit you, hey, make it four. You know what I mean? Speaking of mean, last evening, when I returned home from work, there was a package waiting for me that I had ordered but had forgotten about. And in that package were 4 computer programs, all of them games. Now, I do not normally play games on my computer, but for some bizarre reason, while sitting there one night late, I ordered some, and that's a long story. But last night, I became introduced to something that many of you, I'm sure, are familiar with. I was not. It's called Mean 18. It is a computer golf game. Now, I hate golf. I think golf is a rather stupid game. I think it's a rather stupid pursuit of your time and your energies and your life, and I feel so because as a younger man, I tried to learn the game and couldn't. So therefore, I decided it was a stupid pursuit. But I am now absolutely, totally, completely, unashamedly hooked on Mean 18. It may take me the best part of a month and a half. Like, for example, I found myself this morning, I sat down at the computer keyboard to type out the notes for my program. No, there I am playing at the St. Andrews course. Shot an 85. I wasn't pleased with myself, but it's getting there. I mean, come on, I just got this damn thing yesterday, and the eye-hand coordination, clicking that mouse off and on just at the right time to get that ball to be, straight and narrow. Well, that's beside the point. Well, but Mean 18 is a possible topic of conversation this morning. That's a pretty stupid thing to talk about. Would you agree, Serio? Serio agrees. Breakfast tomorrow morning. Serio and I will be at the Bob Evans, Nebraska and Fowler, somewhere between 7 and 7:30. We'll be there for an hour and a half, 2 hours. Who knows? What should we have for breakfast, huh? Hey, can you think of anything more stupid, Michael? Can you think of anything more stupid? That is stupid. Well, almost as stupid as the department store Santa, should a white man play Martin Luther King? How would you feel about that if you're black, sir? Oh, dear. And then, of course, the other possibility, the third possibility here. Yesterday, geez, I don't know how to do this. I have no problem with stealing other people's material, okay? And usually I will try my damnedest to steal material from someone out of the market that, most of you won't realize I'm stealing his material. Or if I do steal material, I will generally give credit where credit is due. And yesterday we were sitting around back in the office saying, oh, woe is us. Oh, what are we going to talk about? Nobody wants to talk about anything. Oh, God, this is awful. And somehow we got to talking about Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King. Actually, the way it came up, it was Dick Norton, who was reading through the paper. Someone had actually turned it around for him, right side up. It was amazing. He said, my God, I can read again. And he was mentioning the problems with Burger King. He was reading about, Pillsbury being sold and Burger King is owned by, or Pillsbury owns Burger King, et cetera, et cetera. And we got to talking about, how the Burger Kings out in the hinterlands of the country are great places. They're spotless, and the food is fast and always, it's just great. But the urban Burger Kings, for the most part, are not pleasant places. Strangely enough, they are around here. The inner city Burger Kings around here are very decent, but in a lot of areas of the country, the inner city Burger Kings are a disaster. Just an absolute disaster, as sometimes are the McDonald's, too. But nonetheless, we got talking about Burger King, Wendy's, and McDonald's. I said, and virtually everybody agreed with me, that by far and away, Wendy's had the vastly superior product, but the process of ordering your food at Wendy's was demeaning, degrading, dehumanizing. Walking through that little maze, you get to feeling like a rat, and when you finally get up to the cash register after zigging and zagging and zigging and zagging and zigging and zagging and zigging and zagging, you almost feel as though you should be rewarded with a kernel of corn. It should come down from the side of the cash register where the change is. I'm always disappointed when I look there and I don't see any corn for me to nibble on while I'm waiting to place my order. Now, Burger King is the place that really used to go out of their way. Remember, have it your way. Pickles, hold the lettuce. Special orders, don't upset us. All we ask is that you let us serve it your way or something like that. They don't emphasize that anymore. But it's not as bad as McDonald's. I've been married twice in my life. And McDonald's has something to do with my second marriage. My first wife was not a bad woman. Not a bad woman. Well, morals were a little loose. You know, she didn't clean the house very well. Slept way too late on the weekends. But, you know, I'm not here to complain about Laura. She wasn't a bad woman. Laura could not eat onions. Onions actually made the woman ill. So whenever we would go to McDonald's, we would have to order the hamburgers or whatever without onions. Anyone who's ever tried that knows that it is it's a horrible, horrible experience. And hard as they try, and of course McDonald's is an American dream, it's a fine organization, hard as they try, it seemed that more often than not, after standing there for 10 minutes waiting for something to come out without onions, it would come out with onions anyway. So after my first marriage ended, I made very sure that my second wife liked onions. I mean, I said, Mary, sit down. Sit down, Muffy. I want to talk to you. Do you like onions on your hamburgers? And she assured me that she did. And I said, you know, do you like onions on your cheeseburgers? She assured me that she did. I said, I said, Mary, you don't mind the pickles and the ketchup and the mustard all mixed together, right? She said, no way, honey. I said, oh, great. You are the woman I've been looking for. Let's get married. There was one thing I forgot to ask Mary. I said, Mary, I should have said, Mary, do you like cheese on your sausage biscuit in the morning for McDonald's? Because she would have said yes, that she does, and unfortunately they don't really put it up that way. And asking for cheese on your sausage biscuit at McDonald's is rather akin to asking for your hamburger without onions. Now Mary denies this. Mary says, what do you mean? They always have it ready. I never have any problem with it. Well, the handful of times that I have gone to McDonald's, and I like their biscuits in the morning. I think they're dynamite. I even like the Egg McMuffins. If only the atmosphere was better, I think I would probably take Michael to breakfast at McDonald's tomorrow. It's not that it's a bad it's just not, you know, it's not conducive to sitting there for a couple of hours. That's beside the point. I have gone to McDonald's a couple of times and ordered, or attempted to order, a sausage biscuit with cheese for my lovely, who is sitting at home waiting for my return. And you've seen the television commercials where, I don't know who it is, but they spoof on McDonald's for when you order something and everything comes to a halt. Well, that's what always happens to me. Now, these people at McDonald's are trying to drive me crazy. They are trying, and I think they're getting very close. Because the last time that Mary went to McDonald's with me and ordered a sausage biscuit with cheese, they actually happened to have one ready to go. It is not on the menu. They don't have any special colored little paper for it. And I as far as I'm concerned, it is a product that does not exist. It is one that they will make for you if you don't mind waiting for 2 hours. Or at least until the luncheon rush is over. So we could talk about McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King. Or anything else that your little heart desires at all. And a little bit later on, well, as a matter of fact, right after we come back from the break, considering this is Stupid Topic Day, we'll check in with some of the competition and see what they're up to today. Lutz. Hi, Lutz. You're on the air at 970 WFLA. Doing fine.
Well, good. Hey, listen, I couldn't believe that you're slagging off McDonald's like that. Now, whenever I go to McDonald's, they always take my pickles out because I hate pickles.
Well, but sir, you're from England, I would assume, from your accent.
Correctly, yeah.
Well, okay. You see, you're not used to instant service. You find it perfectly reasonable to spend 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minutes waiting for your hamburger, right?
In Britain I am, but I've been over here a few years, so now I'm used to instant service.
Well, exactly, sir, and they can't possibly take the pickles off instantly.
Well,
you know you've got to stand there and wait.
Let me tell you something. Yesterday, at lunchtime, I went to McDonald's, and I went to the drive-thru, and I said I would like a Big Mac with no pickles. Yes, sir. I went up to the pay window, paid my money, went to the pickup window, and picked it up immediately. Now, I'm talking not 5 or 8 minutes. I'm talking 2 minutes.
Sir, a Big Mac Sir, you know as well as I do that there is so much stuff on a Big Mac, and that sauce is so strong that you wouldn't even know. It probably had pickles on it.
Oh, no.
You wouldn't even know.
Oh, my God.
It's buried in the special secret sauce.
Absolutely crazy if there's pickles on it. I can't stand them. I mean, in Britain, we call them gherkins. But, I mean, you know, I've had to speak American over here, and I call them pickles. But I can't stand the things.
Well, I can well understand that. I'm not fond of them either. I always sit there and pick them out, getting ketchup and mustard underneath my fingernails.
No, you waste your time, you see, and you dirty your fingernails for no reason at all. If you ask them to take them out, not only do you assure yourself of getting a fresh Big Mac that's just been made...
Well, sir, I have to assume that you are either employed by McDonald's or are a very, very large stockholder, because everybody else in the entire world knows that, you know, fine as the organization is, and it's nothing against the organization, they are simply not set up to take the pickles off your hamburger.
Well,
if you ask for something like that, everybody in the entire country knows that it takes at least 4 hours.
That's 4 hours. No,
okay, so an hour and a half.
No. You see, now, you assumed I was English, which you were correct, but you assumed that I'm employed by McDonald's or large stock. No.
Very large stockholder.
No, not at all. Not a penny. The only money they got off me is for my Big Macs without pickles.
Well, in that case, sir, then you must be employed by a large English conglomerate that is about to take over in a hostile takeover, obviously a leveraged buyout at that, the McDonald's Corporation.
No, not quite so strong as that, though. I'm afraid not. No,
I mean, sir, everybody listening knows that it's utterly impossible at the drive-in to ask for your Big Mac without pickles and just drive right up to the window and get it.
Well, no, listen, I just told you that I did it yesterday. Now, don't call me a liar, because I did that.
I'm not suggesting that you're lying to us, sir. I'm suggesting that you're trying to tout McDonald's so that this large English company that just bought Pillsbury now has its eyes on McDonald's will be able to get it without any strain or pain.
Can you believe this large English company, when Pillsbury advertised, about the hostile takeover, they said this liquor and gambling organisation from Britain. Do you know that Grand Met is a very, very respectable company in Britain? I mean, just as respectable as Pillsbury Dough is over here.
Well, I would believe that.
Oh,
you know, Seagram's is a very respected Canadian company, too.
Who?
Seagram's.
Are they?
Oh, yeah, the company that makes all the booze.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I know the company, but I didn't know they were Canadian.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you are.
It's a Canadian company, actually.
Well, you see, unfortunately, with your dollar being so weak, it's so easy for foreigners to come in and buy whatever they want now.
Right, and tie up all the lines at McDonald's ordering Big Macs without pickles. But I thank you nonetheless, Lutz.
Hey, thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
And let's see, the only lines... I think we should check in. It is, of course, Stupid Topic Day. We should check in with some of the competition around town and see if they are... If they're holding the Stupid Topics 2 today. So I've got the radio here, and we'll just tune in to the first...
Light bulbs, get your red hot light bulbs here. Cuckoo clocks, we got your red hot cuckoo clocks here. And if you like turkey, you'll love our
national.
Get your weekly newspaper every 3 months. Allow 6 months for delivery.
Well, it's just plain annoying and downright upsetting to go to where you think a light will be and have it fail on you. Sometimes the faulty light bulb will flash and startle you to the point of near heart failure. Now, help is on the way with the new light bulb failure alarm. It will make you feel festive with the famous cuckoo clock sound. The alarm itself is shaped just like an old-time radio and will tell you if a light bulb is ready to join the likes of Elvis and Roy Orbison. Yes, no one wants a burned-out light bulb, and the Flaming Star Radio Network brings you the ultimate in brightness confidence. Imagine if a bulb burns out in the middle of the night, the cuckoo clock sound will alert you to the task of changing the faulty globe. Call now toll-free to the Flaming Star Gift Arena at 1-800-BAD-BULB. That's 1-800-BAD-BULB.
Okay, probably right after
Order
this commercial.
now and receive a complete set of monthly magazines that will bring you up to speed with all you need to know about lawsuits and consumer complaints. Call now. 1-800-BAD-BULB.
I think that
Satisfaction guaranteed if you don't mind waiting several months for
right after
delivery.
the commercial.
A pooch with poor porcelain in its mouth is a miserable doggy indeed. Everyone knows that prudent dental hygiene for Fido is essential, but oh, what expense. That's why the Flaming Star Radio Network is pleased to introduce the all-new Canine Pack Dental Kit, featuring Fido Dent, Pooch Toothpaste, and Extractor. Yes, sometimes brushing just isn't enough, and the small incisors have to be removed. Good news! Your doggy dental kit is a patented fang clamp that not only loosens but removes the fouled molar. Now, most dogs won't stand still for a mere brushing, not to mention the yanking of a tooth. Good news again. Your kit contains a package of special pills that will make your little cat chaser think he is in hydrant heaven, mellowing him out to the point of near coma, so you can go to work and relieve your core of the painful tooth. Included also is the instant flash wrench that rips the tooth out fast with little mess. So order now and relieve the yelping that comes with each hard kibble dinner that you serve him. $19.95 sets you up right with all you need to hold the tooth that pains your pooch. Send $19.95 plus sales tax and handling to Canine Pack or call toll-free today to 1-800-DOG-BRETT. That's 1-800- Well, it's just plain annoying and downright upsetting to go to where you think a light will be and have it fail on you.
Wait a second.
Sometimes the faulty light bulb will flash and startle you.
They just played this one before the last one.
Now, help is on the way
Just play the
with
same
the new
damn
light bulb failure
her
alarm
inquiry spots
that will
over
make you
and
feel
over.
festive
Bad,
with the
enough
famous
of this crap.
I'm not going to wait around for Suck Harder. Port Richie. Hi, Port Richie. You're on the air at 970 WFLA. Hi.
Listen, the first caller, it's quite possible that he did get his special order. You have to remember there's probably at least a 10-minute wait from the time he ordered to the time he got to the window.
Well, you may have a point there.
That happens quite often, caused by people who make special orders at the drive-thru.
Of course, the last time I did something like that, by the time I got up to the drive-thru, the person up there who, hands you the little bag through the window was just putting away her second slice of pickle and kind of sucking the ketchup and to off her fingers.
Yes. Let's get down
probably
to
just a coincidence.
Yeah. Something really important.
Yeah.
Being 18.
Oh, my God. I am in major trouble, and my wife is...
Are you hooked?
I just got this thing yesterday, and I'm playing it this morning at 7:30.
I know. It gets addicting, doesn't it?
Last night, okay, I can't go into all of the details, but something came to my attention last night that is rather important and has a profound effect upon my family, everything. I'm talking about something reasonably serious. I am sitting there last night talking to my wife about it. She's sitting on the floor. I'm sitting at Computer Center. And while talking about this major event, I'm continuing to play the damned game.
Yep. It gets addicting. I've done that before, too. Sitting around and watching trying to watch TV, or my wife's trying to talk to me, and I'm sitting there worried about whether I'm slicing and how many yards out I am and what iron I'm supposed to use. I can't get the putting down.
Oh, the putting I have relatively no problem with. It's the driving.
Oh?
The driving and the irons. Oh, and those damned wedges. Oh, they are insane, the wedges. I mean, I'm always slicing viciously on those.
Hitting it from the rough has me confused a little bit too. I'm trying to work that down.
Yeah, well, I've only been in the rough a couple of times. You mean there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason as to how it just drastically reduces the.
Right. If you have a completely clear shot to the green, it cuts it back. Do you use the beginner, or are you using the advanced?
I'm still using the beginner.
Well, that advanced gets to be a real pain sometimes. Really?
I thought the only difference was they didn't tell you what club to use.
Well, the thing is, how you have to move the mouse over and select which club?
Yeah.
Sometimes I forget to do that. So from 50 yards out, I'm hitting a 4-wood.
What kind of computer are you using?
Apple 2GS.
2GS? Okay, that's what I've got. Do you find... Because I'm not sure if I'm doing this inadvertently myself or if there's a glitch in my program, because it could be me, since when I seem to really concentrate on it, it doesn't happen. Do you find sometimes you click when you're not supposed to, and then when you go to drive and you think you're clicking at the top of the swing, you're actually clicking at the bottom, the ball just kind of goes, dribbles around right in front of you, costing you a shot?
Right.
That does happen to you?
Happens to me.
Okay, then it's got to be I'm clicking when I'm not realizing it. I'm double-clicking and not realizing it.
Have you had the thrill and experience of hitting a shot and from the fairway?
Just 1 second. Isn't this incredibly interesting for all of you people out there that don't have Mean 18? Get a computer and Mean 18.
Stupid conversation day.
Well, that's a stupid topic day. Well, I don't think it's stupid.
No, I enjoy the game immensely.
Except I hate golf. I think golf is a stupid game. I think anybody that plays golf is weird.
Well, I'd have to disagree there.
But I've been reading about this game for well over a year. I know it's extremely popular. All of the bulletin boards have all of these Mean 18 courses, so I assume that there are a lot of people into it. And I figured, what the hell? It was on sale. I think I paid $20 or $25 for it. And I figured, oh, what the hell? I've squandered $25 on hamburgers. I'll see what this is all about. The other 3 games that I bought 4 altogether. One of them I still haven't even opened yet. And the other 2, besides Mean 18, I'm already over them.
Okay. Did Leisure Suit Larry in the Land of the Lounge Lizards, you didn't get that one, did you?
No, I didn't. That doesn't sound of any interest to me.
You would be hooked there a long putt and heard the crowd cheering you on?
What do you mean? I turned up the sound. I just and especially when they ooh and ah, when you just kind of rim the cup and you're putting and everybody goes, ah!
When it just misses.
Yeah.
What's the
play it?
Yeah.
I mean, who else except a brain-damaged golfer could possibly go out there and stand around risking life and limb with those little white missiles coming in out of nowhere? You can't even see them on a bright day, standing around watching somebody swing at a little ball.
Yeah, and then watch it on television. They say that when you watch it on TV, the camera pans up in the sky. Is that right? All you see is clouds.
One of the things that we did a little informal survey at the St. Petersburg Shuffleboard Club the other day when we were there. Every single one of those shuffleboard players had been a former golfer.
Really?
Oh, yeah. There's a definite connection between the two.
We're talking about jumping from golf to hamburgers real quick. Burger King and Wendy's, they don't seem to mind you ordering stuff special. I wonder why it is like for McDonald's. Now, I like double cheeseburgers, but I happen to like McDonald's double cheeseburgers better than Burger King's double cheeseburgers.
Yeah, McDonald's doesn't really push that double cheeseburger very much.
But when you order it, you have to wait and wait and wait and wait. But if you go to BK, you can get it right then and there.
Well, do you find driving up... I don't go to fast food places very often, but when I do you find that when you're going up to the drive-in window, you tend to forget which one you're at and, usually end up ordering the wrong thing?
Do that twice.
The triple with cheese,
yes, you're not at Wendy's, you're at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll have a...
That's how I discovered that McDonald's will make a double cheeseburger for you if you ask.
Yeah, they will. But you have to wait and wait for it.
Exactly. Well, they punish you for, having obviously been to Burger King.
My wife says tell you a long time you have to wait.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is, though. Because you think that since Burger King and Wendy's do it, you'd think that McDonald's would want to be the same way, be competitive, wouldn't you?
Well, there's 3 totally different systems. McDonald's, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, literally fries theirs. Burger King runs theirs through a broiler on some type of a chain.
They probably fry
conveyor.
it too a little bit.
Well, it's a conveyor. It's a conveyor belt. And Wendy's, I'm not sure how the hell Wendy's does it.
They just slap them together. Was you McDonald's when they had the McRib?
No.
Oh, that was back in those middle 70s. Maybe cereal knows about
I'm not that
ribs.
fond of McDonald's hamburgers because of the pickles and the lettuce, or not the lettuce, the pickles and the ketchup and mustard mixed together. But I love their breakfast menu.
Oh, they do have a good one.
Their biscuits are as good as almost any ones I've ever had.
Now, what breakfast is better, McDonald's or Burger King? Now, Wendy's don't serve breakfast.
Burger King, I've only had their breakfast once or twice. To tell you the truth, I didn't like it. I was not impressed. Their croissants and their bagels were mushy.
I never had a bagel. I heard of them. I never have had it yet.
Yeah, didn't enjoy them at all.
Listen, Mr. Lassiter, sir.
Yes, sir.
I did not know that you could only call once per week, and I broke a rule, so forgive me. I'll say my penance.
Well, this is going to cost you a 4-month hiatus.
Okay.
Or you'll have
no more till next year, then.
Or if you want to get back on before 4 months, you have to call Lionel 9 times.
I won't never call Lionel.
Well, see you in 4 months then.
Okay, bye.
Take care. I've just been informed that they are not playing commercials on that other station, and they actually have a call on the air. So let's go to that immediately, and then we'll return to the commercial break.
I wanted to discuss this. Yeah. And I'd heard.
That's familiar voice.
Yeah. And I'd heard.
I'm sorry, Michael. Go back and finish.
If
the
you want to
commercial break.
succeed,
The least they could do is sing my name in that 40 break if they're going to, come in and sing WFLA. I don't understand. I don't understand why no one has followed up yet on the zigging and the zagging and the dehumanizing way that you have to get to the counter at Wendy's. I don't understand. St. Petersburg, hi, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Bob, the reason why they do that, they give you all your soda you want. You're so dizzy, you only take one cup and pass out.
That's a place where you get all the soda that you want?
Yeah, and
I didn't even realize that.
Zagged, you forgot how much you can drink, and you just have one and leave.
Well, I don't know what it... You see, damn, I wish I had known that. I don't know what it is, because when I go to Wendy's, I love their salad bar. I think their salad bar is dynamite. It is a great value. It's always fresh, and it almost always has the kind of stuff that I like on it. So I go to Wendy's, and I become overwhelmed with this desire to be healthy and health conscious, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I usually get the salad bar, and, well, that's okay. I appreciate that was an honest accident, and so we'll just continue and pretend that never happened. But you see, I go there, and I put about 4 or 5 flecks of lettuce on my plate, and then I just load it up with ham, and garbanzo beans, and, the egg salad, and the potato salad, and all the salads, and probably I would have done far better by getting a triple with cheese in terms of the caloric content.
Most of that egg, if I'm not mistaken, is not real egg. Like, they just make it in a big, like a donut roll.
Oh, don't tell me that. I don't want to know that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if they're funny eggs, that's okay. I like the taste of them.
Another thing that's awful funny, like I said, it's all the soda you can drink, and then they ask you what size cup you want. Well, why would you take the large cup?
Are you serious?
You go to Burger King, and that's what they say. What size cup? What soda you want? Why would I want
Now, wait a second. I thought we were talking about Wendy's with a free soda.
No, Burger King.
Burger King with a free soda.
Right, and they also have the cattle walk.
Oh, they do? The Burger King is starting that now?
Yeah, they have that.
Because I haven't been in a Burger King for a while. And you got to zig and zag and zag.
Yeah, I can take you zig and zag.
Oh, that's just joyous. I love that so much. I could spit sometimes standing in that thing there.
Another thing, I find it easy when you order a rat burger or whatever, just get it all with everything on. Just wipe it off yourself. Why wait in line for 2 hours? They can't figure out what they want to do with you.
Well, it's just that I'm tired of getting mustard and ketchup underneath my fingernails.
You'll get used to it.
Well, I've been doing it, for over 20 years. I mean, I remember McDonald's when it was 15-cent hamburgers, 10-cent fries, and 10-cent Cokes. And I remember when the hamburgers went to 17 cents and the fries to 11, and we really bitched and moaned unmercifully.
Is that when the sign used to say only 100 sold?
It was, I think it was 117.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's when they used to run out and change it every time they sold one.
Oh, you noticed that, too. I was wondering how many, if that's real or fake. When you go to breakfast tomorrow, bring your bullhorn.
Well, of course, I don't go anywhere without my bullhorn.
Because I don't know if you know it, but the St. Petersburg Shuffleboard Club is having their meeting in the same spot.
Are you serious?
Well, St. Pete threw
Attention, waitress. I'll have another cup of coffee, please. Of course, I take my bullhorn everywhere.
Well,
it's real popular at Burns.
No. You're going to need it because they got thrown out of St. Pete. They were starting to use those things as swords.
Yeah.
And somebody got choked with one, so they're not allowed in St. Pete no more.
Oh, what a rowdy crowd those people were.
Yeah,
every single one of them former golfers, too.
Yeah, well, golfers like to play with their putters, but sometimes they get in trouble.
Oh, yes, Michael, I even take my bullhorn to bed. Michael just typed up on the screen, asked if I did.
Okay.
It's a great deal of fun.
What songs do you play before and after?
Attention, Mary, get ready for a thrill.
What song do you play before and after?
I don't. I just call out instructions and orders with the bullhorn in bed.
Wait till she gets a bigger bullhorn, then you're in trouble.
Well, whatever. Thank you very much.
Hey, take care, Bob.
You too.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Take care. Bye-bye. Off we go to Nowhere's Land. I'll give you the...
Since the old night days at that other station.
At the other station. Yeah.
Anyway, you're leaving out a whole facet of fast food here. I live...
A facet of fast food? That's the way I usually order it. I'll take a facet of those burgers there, please.
I mean, you don't... See, I live fast food. You don't live fast food until you know by heart the prices and everything. You can go, before you get in line, you have your exact change ready. What your facet you're missing here is fries.
Fries,
You got to look at who has the fries, and McDonald's has the fries, depending on, unless you like those bigger fries, like Wendy's.
I do like Wendy's fries, but between McDonald's and Burger King, I have to admit that I prefer. I love the hash browns in the morning.
Oh, yeah. You got to go for the crunchy outside.
God, they're only about 400 calories a patty, and so, you do 8 or 9 of those, and,
Well, so you got the ultimate fry. You have to have the crispy outside and the tender middle. That's all there is to it.
Well, of course. I mean, is there any other way?
I mean, there is no other way. Exactly. I'll tell you, there's another place. It's a small place, but I know they got some around. I think they're purely drive-through, except for some walk-up. That's Hooker's Hamburgers.
Hooker's Hamburgers?
Yeah, have you heard about it?
No, I haven't.
They're kind of like... Well, I saw they built this thing downtown.
Well, is this an attempt by some wayward women to go straight or what?
I don't know, but I'd hate to order, cherry pie there. But speaking of cherry pie, have you ever tried to order a cherry pie at McDonald's? They never have the damn thing.
I haven't had. Actually, I forgot that they sold them. I used to like those things, to tell you the truth, and I haven't had one of their pies in years.
I like them too, but you go up there, you ask, you say your order, you're all hyped. They're actually going to have everything for you. The line's been moving somewhat speedily.
Yeah, it just dawned on me why I haven't had their pies. One of two things happens to me. I either run out of breath with my regular order because it's so damned long, or if I've taken an extra deep breath and I still have a little left over, I'm embarrassed. I'll do things like I'll say I'll have 2 Big Macs, I'll have 2 large fries, and a small diet.
That they do have pickles, the little chopped pickles, almost like relish in the Thousand Island dressing. I mean, the special sauce they put on those Big Macs.
Yes, that's true. It's mayonnaise and ketchup and little pickles. But don't tell anybody. Secret sauce.
Also, whatever, in the Where Are They Now file, whatever happened, do you remember when Wendy's was making those hot dogs?
Yeah. How old are you?
Let me think. This year, 23.
23. Okay, I thought you were relatively young, because there was another chain, speaking of whatever happened to, that I thought had the best super sandwich, between the Big Mac and the Whopper. There was another chain called Burger Chef.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember they had those funky-looking 50s-looking signs.
Yeah, they just didn't make it in terms of the aesthetics. It didn't look good, but their food I always thought was best, and their Big Chef was dynamite.
You remember Biff Burger?
Well, sure, Biff Burger's still around.
Jack in the Box, I think they're still up north.
Jack in the Box I'm not familiar with, but there's a Biff Burger. I didn't actually realize that was a chain. There's a Biff Burger in St. Petersburg.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah, they've got tater tots. I mean, you want to talk about a cholesterol attack. But nonetheless, those little tater tots that Biff Burgers has, they're just dynamite.
Like I said, I live for fast food. I know them all. You might want to hit on Taco Bell. It'll always...
I've never gotten into franchise Mexican food. Just has never set my heart to dancing.
It's something it's one of those things you have to have nerves of steel and a stomach to match for, Because it's bad.
Yeah, well, I'm still holding out that maybe Burger Chef will rise again, or someone will spend millions of dollars and buy the rights to the Big Chef. When I came back from St. Thomas, when I lived in St. Thomas back in the early 1970s in the Virgin Islands, there were no fast food stores.
Oh.
And so when I came back, I absolutely freaked out, and just every day for months, every meal at a different fast food store, and put on an ungodly amount of weight. I mean, we're talking close to like 50 pounds in 3 months.
I heard it.
Eating that stuff, and I now, while I basically enjoy it, I stay away from it for the most part.
Also, I just want to tell you before I get off, I have my own business here in Temple Terrace doing computer work here, and I also run a BBS. And I wanted to invite you in. It's basically for desktop publishing. I don't know if you're familiar with it, the whole field.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit. I don't. All I really have, and it's not really desktop publishing. All I really have is a print shop.
Right. Yeah, it's a handy little program for making cards and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's called the Eastern Publishers Exchange. If you ever want to stop in, I'd be honored to have you on.
Okay.
And the number is 989-DESK.
990 WFLA. We are going along with all the other talk stations in town today and strictly limiting our open program to stupid topics. Well, I mean, you don't think they're stupid, and I don't think they're stupid. It's just everybody else listening does. But who cares about them? You know what I mean? Hey, all year long, these people rule what we talk about, let them sit on it and spin. minutes after the hour of 1 o'clock, Wednesday, December 21st, 1988. Now, Sirio, that's a good start. That's a good start to being, to getting your Christmas spirit. But I don't think putting the mistletoe on your coattail is exactly where it belongs. But it's better than, you were doing a little bit earlier this morning when I saw you in terms of getting the Christmas spirit. Just move the mistletoe up from your coattail, okay? That's not really where it belongs. Back to the phones we will be going. Whoa, Michael, doesn't belong there either. Not on your belt. One line available. Tampa, you're on the air at 970.
Yeah, Bob, how you doing?
Doing fine.
That's good. I'm just calling from Harbor Island here.
Is there anybody there?
No, there isn't. Hello?
Yes.
Okay, Bob.
Yes.
Okay. Did you mean, is there anybody there?
At Harbor in the afternoon, or if you go in there on a Saturday, or I think they're closed on Sunday, you'll find every kind of person there. It's one of the things I liked about it.
I'll have to check that out. Okay. Oh, yeah, Hardee's. You never mentioned anything about Hardley's.
Well, it's because we're talking basically about the hamburger places in Hardee's.
Hamburger place.
Hardee's?
Yeah.
Hardee's is a roast beef place.
Oh, no, you're thinking of Rax or Arby's.
Hardee's isn't a roast beef place?
No, Hardee's has those, the meat, the hamburger meat, it's like sponge. It's like sponge, like pumped up with grease.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll enjoy it, packed with...
I don't think I've ever been to a Hardee's in my life. I just assumed that they were one of those roast beef places like Rax.
No. Oh, no. No, they've got... I like the quarter-pound cheeseburger. It's pretty good.
At Hardee's.
If you like a highly saturated, burger, with grease.
But I'm still amazed that you people just have not picked up on the cattle lines, I guess. I don't know what else I would possibly compare it to. Going into Wendy's. It is a definite turnoff to me.
Wendy's?
Yeah, and I love Wendy's food, but it just really turns me off. Walking and zigging and zagging and zigging and zagging.
Yeah. The sad thing about their establishment is their salad bar.
Sad thing about it?
Yeah.
Wendy's?
It's disgusting. Okay, I remember the other caller you had was mentioning something about the overabundance of preservatives and all this.
Yeah.
And, well, I find that to be true, and there's so
that's true. The supermarket.
It's like plastic, or
you're crazy. I think it's a great salad bar.
Okay, did you put together the spaghetti they had there?
Oh, you're talking about the new extended? No, I'm just talking about the garden salad bar.
Oh, okay.
I don't go in for the other stuff, the tacos and the tacos that taste like bread pudding and that kind of stuff. No, I'm not into that. There's no way in hell that you can put out this kind of food in the type of quality that I would prefer for the kind of prices that they're charging. It can't be done.
No way.
So, if you don't mind relatively generic food, go for it.
Pure generic there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's about all I had to say. And,
okay.
You have a good... Oh, yeah, one more thing.
Oh, one more thing.
Are you familiar with Canadian customs? Like, if you want to bring something to Canada, and, if you've got a Christmas present, let's say, and you want to bring it to Canada,
good question. I don't know. I wouldn't know how that would work.
No?
No, I'm afraid not.
Okay. Yeah, because I tried to call customs here, and they give me the total runaround. Call this number. Oh, maybe they're not in, all this stuff.
No, sorry, I can't help you on that one.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
All right, Bob.
Be good. Lutz, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi there.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you if you lived here when Burger King was here on North Florida Avenue across from the tower.
Burger King or Burger Chef?
Burger Chef.
No, actually there still are a few Burger Chefs around the country, but gosh, I haven't been to a Burger Chef probably
when I was in
20 years.
When I was in high school, it was the hangout. You drive around the parking lot and your beer and all that, and we called it Burger Red because all the Reds hung out there, but that was the hangout at the time, and they did have great food when we ate.
Yeah, I just love their Big Chef. I thought of all the premium sandwiches that the various different chains came out with. I thought the Big Chef was by far and away the best. I loved them. I couldn't get enough of them.
Another thing, I never did call you back, but call you on this one time, but I heard you mention that you like pretzels on ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I do too.
Sure, I thought when...
You're the only person I know that likes it.
Are you serious?
Because
where I come from, it's very common to have pretzels with your ice cream.
Well, my mother always put peanut and Hershey syrup on hers. But I like butterscotch and pretzels.
Well, not so much on the ice cream, but you eat them with the ice cream.
No, I get the sticks and break them up into like 3 pieces and just load it down on my ice cream.
Oh, I've seen people do that. I never really did it that way. What I used to do with the big pretzel sticks is I would wait until the ice cream got kind of soft and then use the pretzel stick to eat the ice cream.
Oh, well, that's
got to dig in with the pretzel stick and get the ice cream on the end of it.
Oh, I've got to have like about 3 pieces of pretzel with each bite of ice cream, and caramel or butterscotch.
I guess it was just about a year ago. I don't know whether or not you heard the program, but some people were passing through town from the Philadelphia area, and they had developed a pretzel ice cream cone.
Oh, that'd be terrific.
Oh, it was, and it tasted just like the big pretzel sticks.
That's salt and sugar together. Another favorite of mine is popcorn and Reese's Buttercups together.
I beg your pardon. That's weird, lady.
Oh, it's
pretzels and ice cream, that makes perfect sense to me, but popcorn and
Reese's Buttercups. It's the sweet and the salt together.
Oh.
You go get a big bunch of popcorn at the movies, and you get some Reese's, and you take like a big mouthful of popcorn and a little bite of Reese's Buttercup, and
Well, there's a combination I would have never thought of that my wife has gotten me addicted to. And I like both of these foods, but I had never eaten them together. I had always eaten them individually, and now I can't eat them individually anymore. But she has gotten me hooked on Planters cocktail nuts and M&M's.
Well, that'd be good. That's similar to the popcorn and the...
But have you ever looked at the calorie content on a can? God almighty. You can have like 5,000 calories in a can of peanuts.
Well,
forget the M&Ms. I mean, they're a throwaway. There's nothing compared to the peanuts.
I like cashews.
Well, I don't earn enough money to eat that kind of food.
But they are.
I like cashews too, but
to waste on popcorn.
But I could easily sit down, I suppose, and do $15, $20 worth of cashews, and I don't earn that much money.
And it doesn't take long to eat up that much either.
No, it does not. And then, of course, there always is tomorrow morning, if you get my drift.
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
and there is somewhat of a drift that comes from it, too.
I had never heard. I'm not from. I've lived a lot of places, but I lived in New Jersey, in Cherry Hill, which was...
Oh, right around the corner from Collingswood.
So maybe that's where I got the pretzels and ice cream from. I don't know.
It could be, because it's very common in that part of the country.
I was quite a bit younger when we lived there, so I don't remember.
I was stunned, because I guess it was just really last year. I was absolutely stunned when I found out that people thought that was a strange combination and had never heard of it.
Well, nobody I know eats them but me, and everybody does think I'm weird.
Well, come on, half the people, 90% of the people down here are weird. Did you ever see
I have lived here.
Did you ever see that junk they eat with their eggs in the morning?
So I'm kind of but I've lived in New Jersey and Oklahoma and California and Kentucky and Alabama, but Florida's home, so we're all weird down here.
Be good.
Okay, have a Merry Christmas.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
What Zephyr Hills? Hi, Zephyr Hills. You're on the air at 9:07.
Well, hello, Bob. How are you?
Well, I'm fine there, Zeph.
That's great. Hey, listen, a couple of things. We're talking about hamburgers. How about old Whataburger? You remember Whataburger?
Never heard of it.
Whataburger. It was W-H-A-T-A burger.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I never heard of that either.
Yeah. That was a popular chain.
It seems to make a hell of a lot more sense than Whataburger.
No. Whata, you know? Like
Whataburger, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like they'd say New Jersey, you know?
Yeah, no, never heard of that.
Yeah, the other good place, it's right downtown near you. It's a good old place. Been there for, God, I don't know, eons, is the Goody Goody.
Goody. I've never heard of them.
They're on Florida Avenue, just as you're going out of downtown, right next to there's a high-rise, I think it's the Methodist Towers or something there.
Mm-hmm.
For the old folks, a couple old ladies run that place. They've been there for years and years. And you ought to stop in there sometime. They got great hamburgers. And you'll find...
Well, the last thing in the world I need are hamburgers.
Well, I know, but hey, what the hey? They're good.
I mean, basically what I was really talking about is there were 3 or 4 or 5 of us in the office yesterday, and I was just astonished with how everybody suddenly started sitting up in their chairs, and it was a very blasé morning. It was just a dumb morning, and everybody suddenly started talking. I mentioned, and man, it drives me crazy to go zigging here and zigging there and zagging here, and I got the best food, but I won't go there because I don't like to zig and zag. And everybody said, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, the people organizers, yeah.
So Yeah, I guess that's a good way of phrasing it. So I just thought, since everybody else in the industry this morning was talking about foolish things, that I too would talk about foolish things.
Yeah, sure. And the other thing, you guys have been talking about in the last few days off and on in passing about shuffleboard, and I know you went down over to St. Pete. And
oh, yeah, it's the new craze, man.
Out of their place, and
it's the new craze.
A gentleman yesterday talked about Port Charlotte, I think he said, or something.
Yeah, I was inviting me down there to play shuffleboard.
They can't hold a candle, these old guys up here in Zephyr Hills, let me tell you.
Z Hills, that's where the shuffleboarding...
Oh, absolutely. The tourist club uptown, they must have 30 courts up there.
Wait a second, it's called the Tourist Club?
Yeah, the Zephyr Hills Tourist Club.
Oh, let me make it... No.
Oh, yeah. Call the Zephyr Hills Tourist Club, man. They'll fill you in.
I've heard of that. We'll have to check that out, because I'll be on vacation next week, and I'm going to go out and check out a lot of this stuff.
Just about, I would think probably 90% of the over 100 trailer parks that are in the Zephyr.
Attention, listeners. Rose in St. Petersburg will be coming on the line soon. Attention, Rose in St. Petersburg. Okay, to the phones we go. Rose in St. Petersburg. Hi, Rose. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi, Bobby.
Hi, Rose.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it?
But it's always the same inside here, Rose.
Well, I enjoy your show a whole bunch today. Do you like it?
Do I like what, Rose?
Your show today.
I haven't had a chance to listen to it.
Oh well, I think it's a whole lot of fun, and just in case some of these people don't happen to know it, that this is a real famous chat with Bob category here. And hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Can you do me a little favor? Listen, this real.
Does it involve taking you to the airport?
You're not very nice. You're the one that talks about leaving town. Where do you want to go, Bob?
Where do I want to go? I don't know. Lots of places.
I think you're lying.
Nice.
I don't believe you.
I'd like to go to Tennessee. I'd like to go to
you don't like the snow.
Hawaii. I'd like to go to Alaska. I'd like to go to New York. I'd like to go to Boston, Philadelphia, Washington.
To work?
Pittsburgh.
To work?
Sure.
I think you're lying to us. I think you might want to stay.
You can think whatever you'd like to think, Rose, but...
Listen, my favor is, my mom's here all the way...
Doesn't involve going to the airport.
No.
Okay,
Don't be so mean. Anyway, listen, besides, I'm telling you, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Well, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, too.
Wait, and now here's a favor. My mom's here all the way from California. Could you say hi, Paula, to her?
Well, you know, it would be totally and absolutely against the federal communication laws to, express a personal message such as that over the airwaves, such as, hi, Paula.
No, and one more thing. Get off my radio.
I would, Sarasota. Hi, Sarasota. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Bob.
Yeah.
I'd like to compare bullhorns with you.
I beg your pardon?
Yes. Is yours a protocol?
It just would appear to be a normal... no, it's a realistic.
Do you have it in front of you?
Yes, it's usually in front of me.
This is serious. We have a family argument brewing over this.
Yeah.
I bought this at a consignment store, cheap, and it was all the pieces were there, and it was in the box, and I brought it home, and I gave it to my husband to put on his little golf cart that he uses at work, and thought he would just love it. And he started playing these songs, and he said, well, it doesn't work. It only plays 7 tunes of every song, 7 notes of every song.
Yeah.
And I said, no, you don't understand. That's the way it's programmed. It's working great. He said, no, it doesn't. So he's had it on his workshop. So the other day I heard your program at the you-know-what, the thing you can't talk about.
Oh, yeah, the St. Peter.
And your bullhorn only plays 7 or 8 notes out of every song.
Well, there are a couple of songs that it plays about 15 or 20 notes of, but for most of them, yeah, it's 7 or 8.
Yeah. So it means you obviously have one that works right.
Oh, yeah, it functions. This is the way it's supposed to be.
So you know what? You've settled it. And I don't have to call that consumer program now.
Oh, but I would nonetheless. I'd call him just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
I'll bet you a nickel.
Yeah.
Bet you a nickel. Or actually, I'll tell you what, the next time Norman's in your neighborhood, I'll bet you some Skyline chili on him. But I'll bet you that he tells you to send a self-addressed stamped envelope registered to
Hong Kong. That's where
probably to Hong Kong. Yeah. I don't know what else you could possibly say.
Well, I think you've solved it for me.
They'll probably try to sell you some light bulbs shaped like cuckoo clocks that only go off when you nod.
Oh, it's wonderful talking to you. Would you play me a tune?
Sure.
Let me see.
Any requests?
Number 23.
Number 23. An excellent selection. Number 23 coming right up.
Thank you, Bob.
You're quite
Merry
welcome.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too. Off we go to St. Petersburg. St. Pete, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob.
Hey,
I've got
St.
some
Pete.
complaints about all the people that have been calling.
Yeah.
Calling these idiot things. And I got something I consider to be intelligent to say.
Naked.
Darn. So I've tried to tell these people so often that they are working, I'm working with high-quality professional equipment. And these poor souls at home, who, first of all, aren't terribly smart, obviously, why are they home? It means they're either out of work or working the third shift. But I've tried to tell them so many times that when they think they have something clever, that they get so excited. You see, it's the biggest moment of their lives. Oh, boy, I'm going to talk on the radio. And they get so excited that they scream whatever it is that they're going to say into the telephone, and that distorts it. So that you people at home can't really quite... What did he say, Marge? What did he say? It's kind of like that hearing aid commercial. What did he say? Oh, God, what did he say? And you try to help them out, but these... Look, give these people a break, right? I mean, it's a couple of days before Christmas. These are lonely, impotent little boys sitting at home with nothing better to do, and they get so excited when they're going to talk to the great Lassiter. I mean, you can probably imagine what's dribbling down their legs, right? Oh, it's the great Lassiter. He's taking my call. And then they scream, and it's a bad enough time for them. Don't be too harsh on them. Largo, hi, Largo. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Mad Dog.
Yeah, Largo.
What is the deal with all these naked Ohio homosexual racists? I mean, I think we should start the Lassiter Relief Fund and get some large flaming pink sleds and send them off with Jesse Jackson for his star-studded Armenian gala.
Well,
I mean, where are the babes out there? I want to hear from the babes.
I don't know if this is a coincidence or not, but that's exactly what Dick Norton was going to do on his show this afternoon.
Really?
Yeah, were you talking to Dick off the air or something?
No, I wasn't, honestly. But, I mean...
It's incredible the two people would come up with the exact same idea.
Lusting by the phone. That's who I want to hear from. I mean, I want to talk to some babes out there. These guys are pathetic.
I don't know. You want to talk to some babes out there?
Yeah.
Do we have any babes?
Where are all the women in the audience? Don't they have a comment? Aren't they sitting there with their moist panties in their hand? I mean, are there any of them out there? I want to hear from them.
I was going to look for Decency Lady, but with no, I don't think so. Arcadia, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob, if you tie me up with a seatbelt, I'll be your lover.
I'll bet you would be. Temple, or Tampa, Temple. Where do they go with Temple? Temple's the University, Philadelphia. Where do you want me to go? Already tried that one. That's come and gone. No, that's come and gone. There we go. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Hello, Tampa. Tampa once, Tampa twice. Tampa never more again, ever under any circumstances or conditions. Clearwater, your turn at 970 WFLA. Are you serious? That one's gone too? 2 minutes. Holy cow. Hi, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Bob.
Yeah.
This is Tacker.
Yeah.
I was going to wonder if you'd be interested in getting into a little musical duel.
No, I'm not really musically inclined.
Can you answer me with your horn?
No, I can't. I said I'm not musically inclined. For the third and final time, I'm not musically inclined. I can't get into a duel. Hello?
For the third and final time, I'm not musically inclined. I can't get into a duel. Hello?
Hello. Is that about the extent of your ability, sir?
Hello.
I suspect that it is. To Seminole Heights. Hi, Seminole Heights. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, is this Bob Lassiter?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, Bob, where you get off on talking about the Cowboys like that?
I get off at 3, sir.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Yeah, it figures. You tell me, you like Philadelphia?
I believe that was the gist of the conversation, yes. I think that's what basically came out of it.
Beat the Eagles
This year, sir?
this year.
None.
Since the Cowboys been a franchise.
I couldn't care less, so what?
No, how many times the Eagles been to the Super Bowl?
To the Super Bowl once, sir.
How many times they win it?
None, sir.
How many times the Cowboys been there?
I couldn't care less. I despise the Cowboys, sir.
Why?
Because they're arrogant.
Arrogant?
Arrogant, yes, and I despise them for it.
I tell you what, next year when they get a quarterback...
Who cares? I'm still going to hate them.
That's okay. They'll beat the Eagles.
Who cares? I'm still going to hate them. I don't care if they lose to the Eagles. I don't care if they win the Eagles. I don't care if the franchise folds up and goes out of business. I don't care if it moves to Managua. I hate them. I'll always hate them.
Philadelphia. You belong there.
Yes, sir, in a far bigger town than Dallas.
There's a bunch of losers there.
Yeah, a bunch of losers, right.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh.
That's right. You belong there.
Well, sir, may I inquire what you were doing in Tampa? Worse yet, Seminole Heights. I mean, give me a break. You're a Big D guy, huh? Living in Seminole Heights.
Why, you don't like this?
Talk about losers. Seminole Heights.
Why don't you come over here?
What do you mean, why don't I come over there?
Yeah.
Oh, now you want to punch me in the nose, right? You want to punch me in the nose, huh? Because you don't like what I say? Aw.
Yeah, that's all you can say.
What do you mean that's all I can say?
You can't.
Sir, I'm the one that's been carrying the conversation, for God's sake. You're saying, well, how many times did Dallas do this? How many times did Dallas do that? Give me a break, sir. Seminole Heights? You can't even get a gig in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You belong in Philadelphia. There's a bunch of...
Damn right. It's a far bigger market than this. I belong at least in Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, do you know the best part about working in Philadelphia?
What's that?
You can't be heard in Seminole Heights. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Yeah, Tampa.
How you doing, Bob?
Fine.
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
What's your opinion about the new policy of the United States about opening dialogue with Yasser Arafat and
I think it's a great idea.
You think it's a great idea?
Funny, I'd never noticed an echo in here before. I have to get the engineers in on this one. Yeah, I think that's what I said.
And you think that it's not the game that the United States is playing?
I said I think it's a great idea. Would you like to ask another question?
Yes. And you don't think that the United States is sending arms to Afghanistan, supporting the Mujahideen? That's what's called.
I don't believe I've ever said I didn't think. I happen to be aware of the fact that the United States has been sending arms over there, yes.
I just want to compare two issues here.
Well, then don't tell me what I think and what I don't think.
Oh, okay. I think that the United States is sending arms to Afghanistan.
Did I ask you what you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did I ask you what you think?
Oh, no, you didn't ask me.
Then why in the hell are you telling me what you think?
Oh, okay. Have a nice day, Bob.
You too. Dunedin, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Great.
I was just curious. You said you're going to have that Christmas show again?
Yeah.
Are you just going to run a tape from last year, or are you going to have a new one?
No, I have no tape from last year.
Oh, okay, so it's going to be a new one. So which day is it going to be on?
You'll just have to keep listening.
Well, I always do. But
well, then you have no problem. You won't miss it.
Is there any chance of hearing that commercial for the light bulb alarm clock?
For the light bulb alarm clock, Michael has gotten up from his seat. He is over there checking the rack to see if it is available. If it is, we will probably play it as a special Christmas gift. And here it comes right now.
Well, it's just plain annoying and downright upsetting to go to where you think a light will be and have it fail on you. Sometimes the faulty light bulb will flash and startle you to the point of near heart failure. Now, help is on the way with the new light bulb failure alarm that will make you feel festive with the famous cuckoo clock sound. The alarm itself is shaped just like an old-time radio and will tell you if a light bulb is ready to join the likes of Elvis and Roy Orbison. Yes, no one wants a burned-out light bulb, and the Flaming Star Radio Network brings you the ultimate in brightness confidence. Imagine if a bulb burns out in the middle of the night, the cuckoo clock sound will alert you to the task of changing the faulty globe. Call now toll-free to the Flaming Star Gift Arena at 1-800-BAD-BULB. That's 1-800-BAD-BULB. Order now and receive a complete set of monthly magazines that will bring you up to speed with all you need to know about lawsuits and consumer complaints. Call now. 1-800-BAD-BULB. Satisfaction guaranteed if you don't mind waiting several months for delivery.
Hey, perhaps you have a favorite commercial you'd like us to play for you. That's Tampa. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hi.
Hi.
This is Lois.
Hi, Lois.
How are you doing today, Bob?
I'm doing fine. Yourself?
Bob, I'm a first-time caller. I'm doing great today. I just wanted to call you up and commend you on your show.
Well, thank you.
You're doing such a good job. I'd like to know, see, I'm from Boston, okay? I'd like to know, why are these Ohio people calling you up, telling you they're naked? Is this some kind of a ritual or something?
Well, yes, actually it is. You see, you're not allowed to get naked in Ohio, so they come down here. They rent a cheap, sleazy room somewhere along Reddington Beach.
Yeah.
And they take their clothes off. Of course, they do it by themselves in a room because they're, you know how people from Ohio are. They're a little uptight to take their clothes off around someone else.
Right.
And so they all come in, they lock the doors and take their clothes off and call talk shows and say, I'm naked.
But do they get, why would they call you, Bob? Why don't they call the Sun Network you're talking about? I mean, wouldn't they like something like that to liven up their boring shows? Well,
unfortunately, you see, the Sun Radio Network, all of their lines are tied up with people calling various different people to find out if they want to buy light bulbs.
I see. Yeah, I heard this light bulb commercial. How do I get one of them? It sounds like a good idea.
Basically, just sit by your phone long enough, and Chuck Carter himself personally will call you.
He will?
Yes, he will.
Well, I'll do that. But, Bob, you have a good day. My brother Pat just wanted to say hi to you.
Oh, okay.
Mike, I got through.
Hi, Bob. We'll give Pat a chance to turn up his radio. Pat should be getting to his radio and turning it up right about now. You see, Pat, and after I just went through that whole big long explanation, you see, when you scream and shout like that, nobody heard what you were saying. Dumb jerk. God almighty. Poor Lois having I doubt very much it was her brother. It probably is her lover. Yeah, poor Lois. Jeez. Ooh. I think I'd rather dildo. Newport Richie, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Good afternoon, Bob.
Good afternoon.
Bob, about these Buck fans. Do you remember a few months ago where the legislature here in Florida wanted to stop players?
Could I interrupt for one second?
Go right ahead.
Pat and Lois, there's just no way of topping me. Just no way at all. Okay, go ahead, Newport Richie.
Bob, you almost went to that city.
They weren't really from there.
Oh.
No, they weren't really from there.
Well, anyways, Bob.
They sound like local kids.
Oh, yeah. Well, you remember a few months ago when the legislature tried to pass a law that there would be no prayer before football games? Do you remember that?
Well, no, I think you're getting a story mixed up. As a matter of fact,
group up here in the Panhandle.
No, as a matter of fact, it's really strange you should bring that up because I was going through my show notes and that show or that issue happened just about 1 year ago. You're right, it was up in the Panhandle. What it was is it was a Jewish family that sued in a school district, and I believe basically successfully so, asking that the invocation be eliminated from the beginning of the football game. It was not the legislature.
Okay. Well, anyways, all I wanted to say is all they have to do to defeat that measure is take them to a couple Bucks game. You understand what I'm saying? And as far as Dallas goes, Bob, you really hurt me today because I love that team.
How could you possibly like them? I know they were great, but they would always rub it in your nose.
Well,
we're America's team. We're America's team.
I know, Bob, but
God's on our side.
They didn't mean North America. They meant Central and South America.
Roger Staubach's doo-doo doesn't smell. I mean, come on. I know they were a great team. They were an incredibly good team, and it was always a disaster to have your team playing against them. But they didn't have to rub your nose in it.
But do you remember the Cowgirls when they used to show them?
Sir, I'm a happily married man.
Now they've cut that out. They won't let them photograph them anymore. They've really keyed that whole issue down there in Dallas.
Well, I should think that when you're on the air literally trying to sell people the Bible, as Tom Landry has been for the past 4 or 5 years, it does make it a little bit difficult on Sundays trying to sell a little TNA.
Tom's a hypocrite. We know that. Hey, Bob, one thing I wanted to comment about was your program from the shuffleboard court the other day.
Yes.
It was tremendous. I really liked it.
Well, thank you.
Now, I wanted to ask you, Bob, when you were standing there looking down a shuffleboard, you probably noticed the pattern that you're looking at.
Yes,
in
of
the
course.
scoring columns there?
Right, sort of a triangle with lines
Doesn't
inside of it.
Now, if you stand looking at the pier, doesn't that look almost exactly the same?
Yes, it does. As a matter of fact, I feel like shoving discs down the end of the pier when I see it. Large discs.
Now, if they would build one at the
filled with dynamite.
Bob, if they would build one at the other end of the pier to duplicate that, where they could bring the people in the middle and let them stand in the middle and look both ways.
Well, then they could also knock out most of the pilings from each end, and then it could just become a big teeter-totter going back and forth, back and forth. Have you ever heard of anything so insane as, well, the pier is so successful, we need more public funds?
Hey, if they think that's successful, wait till they see the success of the baseball stadium.
Baseball stadium? Are they building a baseball stadium?
Well, whatever that is over there.
Oh, the blood pressure testing center. Yes,
is that
yes.
What it is?
Yeah, well, what else are you going to do in there?
Wait till St. Petersburg gets the figures and sees how successful that's going to be. And second of all, these retirees here have really taken a liking to your radio station. I mean, they just get the biggest kick out of you.
It's probably.
I kid them about it constantly.
It's Dick Norton. It obviously isn't me. It's Norton. Norton does appeal to retirees.
Nah, he's too nice. They like somebody that gets right in and talks about shuffleboard and things they understand.
Well, again, that's why Norton would probably appeal to them, because he, being an older man himself, he does frequently talk about Social Security, Medicare, things that matter to the older citizen.
They don't want to discuss it up there. They don't want anybody else to have it. They don't even bring up the subject.
Well, there's another reason they like Norton. He never talks about sex.
Neither do they down here.
Well, that's why I'm telling you. It's Dick Norton. He's the one that has brought all of these elderly listeners to the station.
Hey, Bob, you and Mary have a good holiday.
Have you ever heard Norton do a reminiscing show about sledding?
I have never heard him do a reminiscing show, period. Yesterday, his show got completely lost. It started off with Liz Richard, and he finished it up. And you started talking about sleds. Then that was dropped. You were talking about, remember you said, Dick, why don't you talk about sleds up north?
Well, yeah, Dick, he came into the studio and he was trembling. He said, I don't know what to do today. And so I'll stick around and help you out. I started talking about sleds. I was with him for about 15, 20 minutes.
I love that.
We had a full board of calls.
I love that.
I figured, Norton's on his own. I can get up and go home now. And he blew it. By the time the commercial break was over, he had lost every call that he had on the board.
I was born and raised in Muskegon, Michigan, way up northern Michigan, and we had snow. Listen,
we were a Michigander?
Bob, I was so poor when I was a kid, I had to use the skinny girl next door. That's poor.
A Michigander?
Yes.
I've had a Michigander on the air for 7-8 minutes now?
Yes. I've tried. Well, I've been down here so damn long, Bob, I've almost forgot about it.
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm going to have to hang on.
Okay, have a good holiday.
You too. Bye-bye. Saint or no, let's make that Tampa. Tampa, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Yeah, Tampa.
Yeah, this is Mike from Tampa.
Uh-huh.
First of all, I want to wish you and Mary a happy holidays.
Well, thank you very much.
And now, like I was telling Mike, I have a very, very nasty horror story about a brain-damaged snowbird from Ontario.
Go ahead with that story, sir.
Oh, this is the God's honest truth. I walked into a 7-Eleven one day, bought some coffee, okay?
Uh-huh.
I'm at a payphone here. I get a lot of noise. I deal maybe.
That's okay.
And the girl behind the counter, I'm sure it was a mistake. She probably didn't mean to do it, but she gave me a Canadian quarter and then change.
Oh, yes, just a mistake, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Uh-huh. Of course, yeah. I can well understand when you're dealing with a lot of quarters with a picture of George Washington on them that have a little bit of weight, and, suddenly you pick up something that's bright and shiny, weighs all of 0.2 of a gram, and has a picture of a moose on it. You could easily mistake it for a quarter, yeah.
So I come out of a store now, and I'm getting ready to get in my truck.
Made out of tin, yeah.
A car pulls in with Ontario license plates on it, and an elderly gentleman gets out of it. And I walk over and I ask him, I said, sir, I have a Canadian quarter here. This is the God's honest truth. I said, sir, I have a Canadian quarter here. Do you have an American quarter you would change for me? Do you know what he said?
I can imagine, but go for it.
Well, he says, I'm sorry, but this is of no value to me. This is of no value to me in Florida.
You see, they're just like us. They're just like us.
Just like that, sir. I swear to God. And I said, but this is, I can't use this thing down here. Because I said, you're going back to Canada. I'm sure you can use it. Well, I can't use it right now. And I don't have any American quarters to exchange for you.
How about a couple of dimes and a nickel,
Yeah, anything. No way. No way.
Postage stamp, something of value.
I mean, I just fell down. I couldn't believe this guy could actually do that. come down here. I thought about sending it to you, but, you know, I know you've got enough of them already.
Well, I believe that at some point in January we're going to take the show up to the Florida state line. We're going to try to identify these people coming into the state with Canadian quarters.
Yeah.
We're going to try to talk some of them into turning around and going back. We'll be bringing pictures with us of very large insects. A lot of roaches, palmetto bugs.
Yeah.
We are currently working on having a photograph retouched so that it appears to be an alligator with a small child's foot hanging out of its mouth. And we're going to show them these large blow-ups of these things and see if we can't, talk them into going back.
Great idea. Well, that's just all I want to do, Bob. I don't want to relay that story to you because I figured you might get a charge out of it.
I did. I thank you much.
Okay, bye.
Don Richards standing by with a small child's foot hanging out of his mouth.
I beg your pardon, too late.
Pete of Pete's Hot Dogs. Hi there, Pete.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
I'm doing fine, Pete. Yourself?
Well, fine. I listen to you from 12 to 3 every day on my hot dog stand at Hillsborough and Hanley Road.
That's your hot dogs? You mean Pete's Hot Dog Stands at Hillsborough and Handley?
Yeah, is that where it is?
That's what I've heard.
Oh, yeah. Very good, Bob. I'm from the Audubon area, Collingswood area.
Oh, far out.
And also from South Philly, 9th and Watkins.
Uh-huh.
And finally moved down here about 10 years ago.
Pete, you seem to be moving an awful lot. Is there a problem?
No. Well, it's the hemorrhoids, you know.
Oh,
so
yes, the hemorrhoids.
Bob, it's good talking to you, and I don't want to hold you up anymore.
Just wanted to get the name of your business and its location and on my show.
What business?
Was that Pete's Hot Dogs?
That Pete's Hot Dogs, that's right.
Wasn't that at Hillsborough and Handley?
Right on the corner there, yes.
Right on the corner,
How'd
yeah.
You know?
I just had a dream about it last night.
You're terrific, Bobby.
Thank you, Pete.
My customers love you, too, when they're over having a hot dog and they're listening to you. Because I keep the radio on all day long with WFLA.
I love it.
Okay, baby.
Take care.
Take care, Bob.
All right. Let's go to St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Wake up there. Your turn there, St. Petersburg.
Are you talking to me, Bob?
Yes, that's right.
My name's Tom from Illinois.
Tom from Illinois. That's a very peculiar last name.
Yes. My wife and I got in from Illinois just the other day in time to hear your program from the Shuffleboard Club.
Uh-huh.
And so we drove right over there, and we saw you. I thought you were great winging it around there in the parking lot.
Well, thank you.
We have appreciated your readings of Robert Ingersoll, your Humanist Manifesto, and many other delightful programs, interspersed with a lot of nonsense in between, but
a lot of nonsense.
You're worth listening to.
Well, thank you.
You really are. You've honed the art of education to a fine point.
Well, or a bullhorn, as the case may be.
Or whatever.
Whatever.
But, that about sums it up, Bob.
Well, Tom from Illinois, we're glad that you and your wife made it back for still another season.
I'd hate you to leave and go to Boston because I'm afraid Boston...
it's a hell of a place to winter, sir. It's an awful place to winter.
Yes, but we really enjoy your shows, and as usual...
Tom, do you realize there probably aren't more than 400 or 500 people who winter in Boston from the Chicago area?
Well, that's not too surprising.
It goes to show that the people from Chicago do know where to winter.
You're right.
Duluth is where most of them go, and about 200 of them come here.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. And welcome back. Take care. Off we go to St. Petersburg. St. Pete, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah?
Hey. Sex, Bob. Hot sex.
Uh-huh.
Naked sex.
Uh-huh. How are things back in Columbus? Oh, too bad he had to leave. Clearwater, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Fine.
Sorry. Listen, I was wondering about Lud.
Yeah? What were you wondering about him?
I've been listening to you for a couple months.
Uh-huh.
And I guess the very first time I talked to you, he was on. And then you did a show with him.
Yeah.
And you did a survey, and he was one of the favorite callers. What's up with he can't call anymore? Or
no.
What did he do? Or?
Well, we have better callers now, like Rose from St. Pete.
Just because he's better? You just gonna...
Oh, sure, yeah. If you're not a good caller, then we blow you right out. I mean, hey, this is big time money, man.
Oh, Bob, be real. Come on, what's the reason? I mean,
Because we have better callers like Rose from St. Pete.
You did a 3-hour show with the guy, and now all of a sudden he's not a good caller?
No, he's a horrible caller. Haven't you ever heard his call? Same old stuff over and over again. Hello, Bob.
This is a joke, right? Lud's going to be calling in one day with a Merry Christmas to
I
you.
doubt it very much.
Well, is it because you won't let him on, or what?
Right.
Just because he's not a good caller?
No, you got too many votes in the poll.
You just spent 10 minutes talking to some idiot from Michigan.
Yeah.
But you don't want to talk to Lud anymore?
No.
Bob.
Yeah.
Give me a break. He was great.
Lud? It's awful.
Lud from Lutz.
He's awful. He's not from Lutz. He's from Plant City.
Is there a difference? Oh, well, okay. But, still, he's such a great American.
Yeah, well, so is Dick Norton.
I've been listening to you for a long time, but that guy that really got me was Lou that called.
Yeah.
And you talked about, you like how you like to holler and scream and stuff. And I think that if you could play that tape of the Airstream tape, I think that's one of my favorite things I've heard you do on the radio.
Well, okay.
And I wish you and your wife Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you, and the same to you.
Okay, thank you.
Take care. Oldsmar, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Bob.
Hello, Oldsmar.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you.
Listen, I was listening to, you had Rocky on the show. It was about 3 days ago.
Uh-huh.
And he was mentioning something about the Rolling Stones being so great and so...
Yeah, Rocky doesn't know anything about music.
Well, that's just true. Everybody, I was going to say that everybody has their day in the sun, and I think... the Rolling Stones have had their day in the sun, and it's all over for them.
Well, everybody has their day in the sun. Of course, some people wear, hoods to protect their skin, I guess.
Well, there was a lot of old rock and roll stars that had their day in the sun, and it was nice listening to them on the records, and it still is. But I don't think that they should be trying to do it anymore, and it's because it's over for them. What do you think?
That's in essence what I told Rocky. Come on. You don't want to watch people who are 50 years old singing rock and roll and jumping around a stage. It's disgusting.
It is. I feel embarrassed when I watch. I feel embarrassed for them when I watch it. It's not pretty anymore, And their records sound good, and that's the way I want to remember them by, is their records that, because it was their time. And
well, you know how it is with guys like Rocky. They like to live in the past in more ways than one. Hey, thank you, my friend, and have a good Christmas.
Same to you, Bob.
All you guys, behave yourselves. We'll do it again tomorrow at noon.